Hello, second graders. Today you are going to learn all about sugar as part of your second grade nutrition lesson series. This lesson is brought to you by SHIP, School Health Initiative Program. Let's do a quick review of my plate. The top left red group is fruits. These are things like watermelon, oranges, and apples. The bottom left green group is vegetables. Vegetables are foods like sweet peas, peppers, and lettuce. The bottom right is our purple protein group. These are foods like eggs, chicken and other meats, and nuts. In the top right, we have the orange group or the grains group. This is like pasta, brown rice, and whole wheat bread. And then we also have the cup on the side of the plate, which is the blue group, dairy. Dairy are foods like milk, cheese, and yogurt. Let's review serving size. Serving size can always be found at the top of the nutrition label on your food packaging. In this case, this bag of bagels, the serving size is 1 bagel. That looks like this. The entire label, all information is about that 1 bagel. It's not about the whole packaging, just the 1 bagel. Now our servings per container can be found right there. How many servings per container in this packaging? 6. There are 6 bagels in this package. Let's review healthy snacks. Remember that a healthy snack has at least 2 food groups. So tell me, is this a healthy snack? Sliced apples and crackers. Well, the apples are a fruit and the crackers are a grain. So yes, that would be a healthy snack because it has 2 or more food groups. We want 2 or more food groups in our healthy snacks because it helps absorb nutrients better. It gives us energy and nutrients. And tell me again, how many food groups? 2. That's right. Let's review healthy breakfasts. A healthy breakfast has at least 3 different food groups in it. This breakfast has eggs, whole wheat toast, and orange juice. It has 3 different food groups because the eggs are a protein, the toast is a grain, and the orange juice is a fruit. So this checks all the boxes for a healthy breakfast, at least 3 different food groups. A healthy breakfast is important because it refuels your brain and body after a night of sleep. We never want to skip breakfast. Breakfast really is the most important meal of the day. How many food groups does a healthy breakfast have? 3. That's correct. Remember that we want to eat 3 food groups to stay fuller longer, get a variety of nutrients, and avoid foods like donuts and pastries that are high in sugar and fat and don't have any nutrients. Let's review what we learned about water. Water is really good for your body. It is especially good for your brain, your heart, and your skin. How many cups of water should you have each day? You should have 5 cups of water about. And when you have enough water in your body, it is called being hydrated. There's other sources of water that you can get that are different than just drinking a cup of water. You can get water from fruits and vegetables and milk and juice. Also, if you do not have enough water in your body, you could feel tired, dizzy, and have a headache. This is called being dehydrated. Today we are going to talk about sugar. We are going to learn the difference between natural and added sugar, and you're going to be able to tell how much sugar is in a serving of food by looking at the food label. Which is better for you? Let's talk about the difference between natural sugar and added sugar. Natural sugar are found in things like fruits and milk. We enjoy eating fruits because they are naturally sweet foods. Fruits like whole oranges, strawberries, and apples do have sugars, but they are natural sugars, which are sugars that are not added to the fruit. They're already there. Milk also has natural sugar. The way I remember this is natural sounds like nature. Natural comes from the root word nature, so these are sugars from nature, from plants and milk. Even though natural sugars are healthier because those foods have vitamins and minerals, we still want to limit our sugar intake, but choosing foods with natural sugars is a better choice than foods with added sugars. When we want to eat a sweet dessert, fruits with natural sugar are a good choice. Let's talk about added sugar. Added sugars are found in things like ice cream, brownies, cookies, cakes, and other desserts. They have syrups and sugars that are added to foods and beverages when they are processed or prepared. They are not a healthy choice. They don't have any vitamins and minerals in them, and it's not as healthy as eating a natural sugar like from fruit. Did you know a lot of processed foods such as cookies, some cereals, candies, soda, fruit punch, and sports drinks have a lot of added sugar in them? Remember that added sugar is the bad sugar. This is the sugar that is added to the foods to make them sweeter. Let's take a look at nutrition labels. Here we have an original label. Now, labels have changed over the last year, so you might see the original label and you might see a new label. We're going to talk about both. On the original label, sugars are found about halfway down the label. Here, this food has 12 grams of sugar. On the new label, it looks very similar with a couple differences. Sugars can be found about halfway down again, with total sugars listed as 12 grams, and of that 12 grams, it includes 10 grams of added sugars. Well, what does that mean? This shows us how much added sugar is in a serving size. So if we look at 12 grams of sugar, it includes 10 grams of added sugar. That means that there are 2 grams of natural sugar. This can help you when you go grocery shopping with your families to make better choices about which foods have fewer added sugars. Check the label. Look at the nutrition facts to see how much sugar is in your food. In one of our lessons, we looked at the serving size of cereal. You can look at that same label and see how much sugar is in one serving. Remember that the serving size is at the top, and this serving size of cereal is 1 cup. Our sugars are about halfway down, and this cereal has 7 grams of sugar, and that includes 7 grams of added sugar. So that means all of this sugar in this food is added sugar. Remember that added sugars are the sugars that we want to try to avoid. They are found in sometimes foods. So be a detective and look at your labels to see how much of your foods have added sugars. Let's take a look at ingredients now. Ingredients are very important. There are a lot of different names for sugar. We can find these on the nutrition label in the ingredients list. You have to be a detective though. They're not always obvious. So in this ingredient list, I'm going to show you that there are 11 grams of sugar in these crunchy granola bars. I'm going to blow up the ingredient list so you can see it better. In this ingredient list, it starts with whole grain oats, but right behind a whole grain oats is sugar. Then we have honey. Yes, honey is an added sugar. And then brown sugar syrup. Remember that added sugars are sugars and syrups that are added to sweeten foods. So this syrup is an added sugar. Okay, this might blow your mind. There are at least 61 names for added sugar on food and drink labels. 61! So it's not always obvious to us. We have to know our sugars and we have to be detectives to find them on food labels. The most common one is sugar. The bigger the word, the more common it is. We also have syrup and other kind of syrups and molasses. Those are fairly common sugars for our added sugars in our foods. Okay, it's time to test your knowledge. Find out how much sugar is in these popular foods. Do you think it is natural or added sugar? You will be exercising to show what you know, so get ready. Whole wheat bread. So you have to use your nutrition label and you go down about halfway to find your total sugars. And this whole wheat bread has 2 grams of sugar. Now, is that natural or added? If you think it's natural, jog in place. If you think it's added sugar, do arm circles. That's right, it is natural sugar because there are 0 grams of added sugars. That means there are no added sugars in this food. Okay, green peas. Take a look at your total sugars. You go down about halfway down your label and you see total sugars. How many grams of sugar are in these green peas? 4, that's right. If you think they are natural sugars, do jog in place. If you think they're added sugars, do arm circles. Good, they are natural sugars. There are 0 added sugars in these peas. What about a donut? And this is a plain cake type donut. Find the total sugars on the label. How many grams of sugar does this have? It has 7. Now, if you think it's natural, jog in place, or added sugars, do arm circles. Yes, these are all added sugars. If you notice right below total sugars, it says it includes 7 grams of added sugars. That means all 7 grams of sugars are added sugars. So this is a sometimes food that you want to eat only once in a while because it has a lot of sugar. Okay, yogurt, plain and low-fat yogurt. Find your sugar on the label. This has 9 grams of sugar. If you think it's natural sugar, jog in place. If you think it's added sugar, do arm circles. That's right, it's natural. There are 0 grams of added sugars. Good job. Let's look at chocolate chip cookies. Find the sugars on the label. How many grams of sugar are in this serving size of chocolate chip cookies? Remember, the serving size is 2 cookies. That's right, it's 11 grams of sugar. So, if you think it's natural sugar, do jog in place. And if you think it's added sugar, do arm circles. That's right, it is all added sugar. Great job. Okay, last one. Chocolate milk. How many grams of sugar? That's right, it has 14 grams of sugar. If you think it's natural sugar, jog in place. If you think it's added sugar, do arm circles. Now this was kind of a trick question because it does have natural sugars in it and added sugars. If you notice, total sugars are 14 grams. 8 of those 14 are added sugars, which means 6 grams are natural sugars. Remember that milk has natural sugar in it, and then they add chocolate syrup, that added sugar, to it to make it sweeter. So it has both natural and added sugar. It's your turn. Look at 3 food labels in your kitchen and teach someone at home how to find out how much sugar is in a food. You have learned all about sugar today. Make today and every day a healthy day. Have a great day.